Hello everyone, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with another tabletop video review for you guys. Today we're looking at the G&G GPM1911 gas blowback airsoft pistol. Haven't shot this gun yet, so I can't comment too much on the performance, but we'll get into that when I do the field test shooting video later on. Now we are selling this G&G GPM1911 pistol in our Canada Replica Airgun store over at replicaairguns.ca. Let's get right into the specifications. This gun is made by G&G. It is a replica of a 1911 A1. It is also a gas blowback semi-auto airsoft pistol. It shoots in single action only, uses green gas or propane gas. It shoots 6mm airsoft BBs, the plastic ones, not the metal ones. It also has a 25 round double stack full-size dropout metal magazine. And you're going to find that it's pretty much a full metal gun other than the grips, perhaps a couple small internal parts. It weighs in at 2.25 pounds or 1,020 grams. The barrel is 4.58 inches in length, which is 11.7 centimeters, and it will shoot about 300 to 330 FPS. Again, when I do my field test shooting video, we'll find out exactly how fast the FPS is. And as is common with most of these airsoft pistols, it does have adjustable hop-up. Once you field strip it, you can get to that hop-up pretty easy. You're also going to find fixed front and back sights. No white dot sights on these guys, classic A1 style. It's also fully field strippable, and like you'll find on some of the other G&G pistols, the GPM1911 has a micro gas filter and whirl cylinder valve system for increased gas efficiency and reduced frost buildup. Now I want to show you the case because the case is pretty nice. It comes in this hard shell case, and you're going to find inside the case you have your speed loader. Okay, quite nice. You can put your gun in here, and if you have an additional magazine, you can put an additional magazine in there. Of course, you're going to have your manual. We'll just quickly skim over this. Okay, nice quality manual. Bunch of funny pictures of things not to do and to do. All right, here's your instructions inside. Okay, how to adjust hop up, things like that. Safety, how to field strip it, right? And then we have some other languages. So pretty basic. Now before we get into the walk around of the GPM1911, let's take a look at a few other pistols that are in the same ballpark in terms of quality and design and look. So we have our KJWorks 1911, another A1 style 1911. This one's different in that it has a CO2 mag. So the mag well is slightly flared. You'll see that for the CO2 to allow for it. So that kind of takes a little bit away in terms of realism, but it's pretty close. You won't really be able to tell, other than the butt plate hanging out there a little bit. But pretty nice gun. This is typical A1 style, very basic, no white dot sights. There's no red tip on the gun, which is nice. And pretty much it's gonna behave like any other airsoft pistol, any other 1911, backstrap safeties, all of that, working safeties, single action trigger, field strippable. This one's maybe a little closer in design, looks a little closer, but does have the red tip, but it also has more of this sort of, green gas style magazine, no CO2, no flared mag well. Okay, very, very similar guns, other than the red dot. I'd say that definitely the G&G is a little heavier. Now what I want to show you is the blowback action. Notice the blowback action on this gun here. Pretty quick. Got a higher tone to it than the G&G. Let's do the G&G. Way more kick. A little more sluggish, truer 1911. See how it just has a little bit of more sluggishness? I like that because that's what a 1911, see, shorter, it's just not as nearly as much kick as the G&G. Way more, it seems like it even goes back further. Anyways, that's enough of that. But like I said, very similar guns, okay? I don't want to show you too much of the G&G yet. We'll do the walk around in a bit, but nice guns. Both of them are nice, right? Other than that red tip. Wish that didn't come with it. But anyways, that's the KWA version here, 1911. All right, let's do the walk around of the G&G GPM1911. Take a good look at it so you can see what it looks like nice and close. So you'll see here, you do have this little bit of white writing here, I guess the serial number. Would have been nice if it wasn't so obvious, but other than that, everything is basically right in the slide. It's not just printed, it's right engraved into the slide. Okay, you've got G&G's logo there. You've got the model 1911, right? The wood grips look nice for sure. Magazine release, safety, it's not ambidextrous. Working grip safety, so you need to have that pulled back before it's going to operate, right? Again, there's your single action hammer, single action trigger, rear sight, no white dots, open ejection port, right? You can see right down through that mag well. Let's take a look at the other side. Okay. It's not kicking all the way forward. There we go. All right. Take a look, see if we can get in here. Get some more writing. All right. Looks really nice. Okay. Here's your mag. Pretty basic, right? Gas goes in the bottom. Right there, green gas. Double stack configuration, so they stack side to side. You get 25 rounds. Okay, let's field strip this gun. We're gonna pop that out, and we're gonna take a look at the slide for you guys here. There's your hop up, right there. Pretty easy to get to. Okay, nice heavy slide, has a lot of weight to it. Frame has, it's a little bit lighter, but definitely plenty of weight to the frame. It is metal. All right. Let's pull this slide apart a little further and pull the spring out. And we're gonna pull this out the bottom. We're also gonna take the barrel bushing out and bring the barrel right out the front. So we're totally apart here. Here's your barrel. Okay, there is your hop-up adjustment again. Have an inner barrel, outer barrel. Hard to focus on that, but anyways. There's your slide, all taken apart, all stripped. All right, let's put it back together. It's the fun part. Okay. All the way back. All right, we're good. Okay, put that in. All right, let's go over some pros and cons and finish up this tabletop video review for the G&G GPM1911 gas blowback airsoft pistol. Starting with the pros, has a nice high capacity magazine compared to some other gas blowback 1911s. Some of them will only maybe hold around 18 to 20 rounds, so 25 rounds is nice. It's also a lot heavier than most airsoft pistols. It comes in at over 2 pounds, well over 2 pounds. It's got a really nice weight to it. All the parts fit nice and tight. The tolerances are very good. Of course, it has that working backstrap safety that we like to see on these 1911s. You're also not going to find that ugly red tip. That's a huge bonus. And the finish is really nice. I think the gun looks really good overall. Nice dark black finish with those almost like mahogany colored grips. And you should expect to get a decent amount of shots per gas fill. For sure the full mag. Of course, it depends on the temperature and how fast you're shooting the gun. It's nice that it has that micro gas filter and whirl cylinder valve that help to manage gas efficiency and reduced frost buildup. Of course, you're going to find a traditional adjustable hop-up that you can get at if you field strip it. And it comes in that nice hard shell case with the included speed loader. All right, just a couple cons. The sights are pretty basic, no white dots, and they're non-adjustable as you would expect on a 1911A1. It's really a very simple airsoft gun. There's no modern bits and pieces on it. And I think maybe the FPS could be a little bit higher, but we'll find out what it actually is when I do my field test shooting video. All right, keep in mind this G&G GPM1911 gas blowback airsoft pistol is available in our Canada Replica Airgun store over at replicairguns.ca. I'll put links in the description so you can easily find it there. It's fairly well priced for what you're getting here. If you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories, check out our Canada and US online stores over at replicairguns.ca and replicairguns.us. I'll also have a written post over at replicairguns.com, so check out again the link in the description to that post where I'll have additional photos and my full written review over there. Alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, take care.